Welcome back to the DFS Sweatshop. I am your host, the DFS Jerusalem, and you can follow me, of course, here on Twitter at DFS Jerusalem. Yo, today was pretty lit. A lot of great things happened today. It was a pretty decent day for me all around. Had a pretty solid day at the barbershop. I talked to you guys earlier in the VIP in the Line Drive about the very special visit I had from the homie. Shout out to the homie again, David Russell, man, came and checked me out. Wow, all the way from Orlando, man. He was kind of sort of close to where I am in South Carolina. Hit me up, was like, yo, now would be a great time for us to connect. Let me come holler at you. That was dope. He came through, got a haircut, met the babies. It was wonderful, wonderful. That was great. That was the highlight of my day, actually. And also, the baseball was good, man, for a 6-game slate. Well, because we had the 5 in the early, the 6 in the main. Did pretty decent in the early. Didn't do horribly in the main. Made a couple of dollars between 2 slates. But my parlay was litty. My parlay was litty. And it was funny because I had like $5 invested. I put like $50 in the bet online a couple months ago, and I play $1 every now and then. And sometimes I hit them. You know, sometimes I hit them. I might bet a game straight up. I might bet like a prop bet to hit for a guy to hit a jack or something like that. I go to Bovada. I've got also the bet online joint. Today wasn't just an awesome day in terms of DFS for me, but yo, the parlay was litty, bro. The parlay was litty. Check it out. I'm gonna show you. Well, wait a minute. First things first. I want you all to know it is officially Madden season. Yes. It is officially Madden season. Now, as you know, I've had my copy of Madden for about the last week. I played it on Xbox with the EA Access, and I also have it downloaded already on the PlayStation. So I've been chopping that up and getting into it early. But if you got it now, let's get it on. It is definitely Madden season. It's time to rock. Okay. This is from the EA Sports official Madden Twitter. Launch day is today. So we're gonna be playing a lot of Madden. Okay. So that's awesome. Then we also have seen where the preseason has kind of ramped up a bit. We've seen the starters, man, playing a lot. You saw Torrey Smith catch a absolute bomb from Carson Wentz. He actually did pretty good. I even placed in my football lineup, so that was pretty good. All right, this is the homie coming through, checking me out, man. The homie coming through. This the homie Sweatshop fam came to the shop. My daughter was there. We had a great time. It was good to see the homie. That was solid. But to kind of chop up what happened in terms of where's it at? Where's it at? Drew Robinson hit a jack finally. Drew Robinson hit a jack. I was happy about that. You know, Drew Robinson is like developed into one of the plays that I love. The guys that I really like to play. Him, Johan Moncada, those guys, the young guys I really like to play. He had a nice one. Trying to find my. Well, let me go into my bet online joint and see what's happening. All right, I want to show because this is a really solid site, bro. Bet online is nice. It's really solid. It's really solid. And I had a little bit invested in it today. Not much though. Not much. Not much. And so it was cool. There. But yeah, man, it could have been a much better night. Yeah, the pending wager is like $1. That's yeah. And I want to see if I can show what it was. Okay, yeah, this is what it was. Okay, it was a $1 parlay. Okay, I put $1 on it. I had like $5 altogether invested, and what I did was I kind of hedged against some shit that I had going on in DFS with my Bovada or my bet online joint, because I got a bet online and a Bovada, and I looked at this parlay and I was like, damn, man, I like all of the underdogs. I wonder what would happen if I just pick all the underdogs in this one, because I kind of liked them. I liked Cleveland, of course, to hedge having those sale lineups. I liked the San Diego Padres because I liked them. We talked about them in the Line Drive. I liked the Chicago White Sox. We talked about how much Berrios I had, so I picked the White Sox. The Nationals, I saw them being an underdog, and I had a lot of Keiko, so I was like, you know what, I'm going to play the Nationals. The Texas Rangers, I was like, fuck it. because I did like the Angels, and the only team that I played that I liked on in DFS that I liked in my sports betting was the Cincinnati Reds, and I loved them just because they were such a huge underdog. But when we went in and we chopped up their numbers at home versus left-handed pitching, I think, yeah, versus righty, at home versus righties, we chopped this up and we saw that they were only a 16.8% K rate, 264 ISO, and a 383 wOBA. When we saw that, that automatically, got me to target them. So I bet a buck, bro. I bet $1. Got 6 games right, all underdogs, and I won $270.10. Awesome return. That got me straight for the week. I'm good. I'm good. You know what I mean? So, that's why that stuff is important, man. And we're going to see a lot of this during football, because that's when I'm really going to open my bag for you, and we're going to chop it up. I want you to get into it. I want you to hedge your shit, bro. I really do. I really do. I want you to get into that. Football, and I'm telling you, this is the way to go. This is the way to go. Your Bovada, your bet online. As a matter of fact, there's a link to both of those sites in the description to this video. Hit them up, and get them in there. So, was a very decent day. Checking out some of the best tweets. A few things we're talking about. Of course, it is Madden season. Yo, this is funny as shit, man. So this dude, his name is John Jones. He is he's some sort of speaker or some shit, right? So guy hits him up and is like, "You're a waste of space on the UFC roster. You ruined the DC legacy, you cheating pussy." And then he's like, "I would be genuinely surprised if the UFC has ever had any space for me on their roster. Go fuck yourself, buddy. You lost me $50 because of your juicing, you fucking hoe." Like he just went ham, right? And he was like, "What does my morning ginger and beet juice cleanse have to do with you losing money? I'm totally lost." Dude was like, "Oh shit, you're just a white dude. My bad." Name is John Jones. He thought it was Bones. Funny, funny. And I was sweating the shit out of the Nats, bro. And then my Yankees, they showed a little bit of spunk, got into a brouhaha with some of the Detroit guys. Betances, we talked about that. Me and Jeremy Ladd chopped that up. That was whack for him to go at people's heads, man. It's not cool. But Miggy kind of pushed Romine and really didn't know what to do next. So Romine snatched him up, and then the homie came through on a little sneak with the short rabbit jab, uppercut type punch. Sanchez has hit 4 home runs in the last 3 games. He's entitled to a sucker punch on a pile. Okay? He's entitled to that. And you see where nobody wanted to run up on Aaron Judge, his big 6'8", 499-foot home run hitting ass. He would knock a motherfucker out. Didn't nobody want to fuck with him. So that was cool. That was cool. Talked a little bit about them burning the jersey of the homie, man. Yo, the dude got traded. They act like Isaiah Thomas was like, "You know what? I don't like Boston. I want to go to Cleveland." No, the dude got traded, and they're burning his jersey. That's whack. That's whack. Come on, man. That's not cool. We're talking about how hot Francisco Lindor has been, bro. The dude leads all MLB shortstops with 22 jacks. He hit 6 in August, and it's not over yet. Dude has been money. He's been really good. Really good. Really, really good. So, we talked about a lot of stuff, man. I was all in on Twitter. The homie Drew Robinson finally hit a jack for the culture, man. That's my dude. I'm a Drew Rob truther. I think he should be a Yankee. I like that kid, man. That kid's nice. He is nice. Got a great swing. My 3 favorite young players, right, are Drew Robinson, Yohan Moncada, and Nomar Mazara. Now, the homie was on that list as far as pitchers go, but he's kind of pissed me off recently. He's kind of pissed me off. That throw at the head was whack. That was bullshit, bro. That was bullshit. Then Michael Fulmer hit the guy. That throw at the head was crap. Like, you can't do that, man. You can't do that. And I'm talking about Chris Archer was my guy, but he fell off. So let's go ahead, man. We're going to be chopping it up, jumping it. We've got, of course, tomorrow, we've got a 15-game all-day joint. 15-game main slate. That's all we got. That's all we got. We got 15 games in the all-day. That's all we're working with. And I do want to run over to DK because I kind of want to make sure that the very same guys that we have pitching are the same from RotoQL are the same guys that we're gonna have in terms of our DraftKings stuff. I want to make sure that we're on the same page there. Gotta do that. All right. Let's get it popping. Okay. So as you can see, this is a Greinke slate. We got Greinke, Verlander, Jacob deGrom, Quintana, Maeda, Porcello, Chase Anderson, Happ, Adam Conley, Colin McHugh, Chad Bettis, Michael Wacha, Ivan Nova, CC Sabathia, Vargas, or Dozy, or Odorizzi, excuse me, Julio Teheran. We don't have Coarse, so we're in Atlanta. But do we have Miller? We don't have Miller Park. We don't have Coarse. We don't have Miller Park. We've got Arizona though. We've got a great place to hit in Arizona. We've got that. We've got Chase Field. So let's go ahead and dive on in. Let's dive into it. We're gonna be rocking, of course, from DK, man. I'm gonna default this to the season average projections because this is RotoQL shit. This is not, you are now behind their paywall, but it's I'm just gonna show you the shit that's public information. I'm not gonna show you any of their paid projections. That's not cool. That's not right. Shout out to our homie Justin Park, man. Get on RotoQL if you're looking for an optimization feature, something that you can use. Really solid, clean template. I love to use it. Very, very good shit. I have not used it yet for NFL, but I will be. I can assure you I will. As a matter of fact, let's go and I want to see if they've got any week 1 NFL stuff ready to go. Now, no, they just got preseason. They just got preseason here. Oh, well, no. There it is. Yeah, they do have some week 1 stuff. Yep, they do have some. Oh, yeah, they do. They do. They've got week 1 stuff already up live. It looks pretty clean. Yep, they got prices for everything, and we've got FanDuel, DraftKings, Yahoo here. We're gonna be working from here, man. Point totals are already okay. Good. This is gonna be nice. Oh, we gonna get to it, bro. I can assure you, we are. Let's go back. Yeah, we're gonna get to it, man. RotoQL is very solid shit. So we will be discussing pitching here in the first class, chopping up park factors, taking a look at situations. Where do we want to take our pitchers at? And we can look a little bit. Um, well, Tim Pons has asked me, when does the NFL grind start? As a matter of fact, what I want to do is that last week of the preseason is where we're gonna see starters the most. That's gonna be our week 1. Our week 1 is the last week, is week 4 of the preseason. So once week 3 comes to a close, we're gonna dive right in, jumping into week 4 of the preseason. Then we're gonna roll into week 1, and then we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. It's gonna be nice. Okay. So let's go ahead and chop up the pitching for today's 15-game MLB slate. Take a look at the first game. My New York Yankees finally be back in the Bronx. Yankee Stadium, 76%, 76 degrees here, 43% humidity. We only got 6-mile-per-hour winds going out toward right field. There's a 0% chance of rain with a 51 dew point. Seattle Mariners come to town, man. And the first thing I want to do is I want to have a look at what the Yankees do at the crib versus left-handed pitching over the last month, okay? 23.9% K rate, a 207 ISO, and a 345 WOBA. Check, please. Check, please. I like, yeah, week 3 of the preseason where you see the starters the most, exactly. Yo, check, please. I like them Yanks. I like them Yanks. 134 plate appearances. The K rate is up a little bit, 23.9. Don't think Miranda's a guy that can exploit that. 207 ISO. I love that with a 317. Wobba, the Wobba could be higher, but I love that ISO. I'm gonna have some exposure to my Yankees, most certainly. Don't want Miranda here. CC Sabathia at 7.2. That's a very fair price, man. But I just don't trust the Yankee pitchers going super deep into games. I just don't. Not at this point. If we look at the Seattle Mariners and what they do on the road versus left-handed pitching, this can kind of sway us. 24.8% K rate, a 162 ISO with a 268 WOBA. That WOBA is fairly low, man. If this is a guy that I thought would go deeper into games, I just don't see it for him. 9.5 run total. I would take some Yankee bats here and be done with it. I don't really want to attack Sabathia, all crazily. I don't really want to do that. I think you look at Nelson Cruz, if he's playing, he can be a guy that I'm going to use. Maybe some Danny Valencia or Gene Segura or something like that. But just off first glance, no pitching here. Love the Yankee bats. I'm moving on to the next game. We've got the Chicago Cubs and the Philadelphia Phillies. As a matter of fact, I do want to touch base with you in terms of the park factor here for New York, man. This is the 4th ranked stadium. Okay, Yankee Stadium, for every 100 runs produced around the league, that's just regular base knocks, not home runs, just regular runs produced around the league. You're gonna get 106 in Yankee Stadium. For every 100 home runs, like every yard shot hit around the league, 100, you're gonna get 128 in Yankee Stadium. Especially right here, look at that. That is the short porch right there, bro. Yo, the righties love to hit it over there. They love to pull it and hit it over there. And the lefties, that's all of that is easy for the lefties to hit. So this is a very, very solid hitters park here. Talking about my stadium, my Yankee Stadium. So now we've got the Chicago Cubs and the Philadelphia Phillies. Let's have a look at the Phillies, what they do at home versus left-handed pitching. I think you're gonna be surprised, man. They're not awful. 19.4% K rate, 170 ISO with a 351 WOBA. What I do like about this is the WOBA is at 351. That's fairly decent for what you're looking for. The 170 ISO is just above the league average of about 160. So I think that Philadelphia bats can be playable. However, this is a team that does strike out a lot. You look at Quintana, and that 11.6 is a lot to get up to. We're going to have to take a look over his last few starts to see exactly what he's been doing. 25.9, 15.2, 9.3, 6.45. I don't love him. I don't. I don't love him here. It depends on my exposure to the Phillies depend on what I'm going to be hearing from around the industry. If I'm hearing all day around the industry that guys want to play Quintana, if Quintana ends up being the chalk in some way, shape, or form, I am going to attack him with some Philadelphia bats. I am. I don't look to playing him here to only love him in the spot. Jared Eichhoff at 5.9. Definitely don't want to go there. We know the Chicago Cubs just had a pretty down performance against the Cincinnati Reds. So you take a look at what the Cubs do on the road versus right-handed pitching. That should help us to determine how we want to attack this. 20.5% K rate. The 183 ISO is fairly decent. We look at that 344 WOBA, and they are most certainly playable in this spot against Jared Eichhoff. Don't love Eichhoff here. Next game we got is the New York Mets and the Washington Nationals. Our reports did come out that Michael Conforto was going to go on the 10-day DL. So we're not going to be seeing him, unfortunately. RotoQL still has Curtis Granderson batting leadoff for the Mets. That is not the truth. You got AJ Cole at 6.5, Jake DeGrom at 11.7. This is a fairly neutral park, so I'm not really worried about it. I think DeGrom will be able to pitch well against the Nats. We look at the Nats at the crib, though, and what they do against right-handed pitching, and they haven't been bad, man. 23.1% K rate, a 207 ISO with a 319 WOBA. So I think while people pay up for DeGrom, which is not really paying all the way up in terms of how much he could have cost, you know? I mean, we've seen him up, above 12K recently. We've seen him above 12K. As a matter of fact, last game out was 12.7, and he only brought you back 14.25. This is the cheapest we've seen DeGrom in quite some time, since June. So the last big performance that he had was at 34.6 against Philadelphia. And you look at, against the Nationals, man, I don't think I can roll him out there, man. Last time he played him, he did get 31 against him, and that was with Bryce Harper in the order. I just don't know if I can get to him, man. In my opinion, 15 games, I can pay down. 15-game slate, I can pay down for pitching, pay up for the bats that I want on a 15-game slate. AJ Cole, 6.5. I want to have a look at him. He could be interesting. 14, 9.6, 5.2, 13.5. I'm looking for, a pitcher that's going to allow me to grab some bigger bats. I think right off the bat, he is a guy, no pun intended, that I may be able to have a look at. Now, I know Nationals Park is, a neutral spot. It doesn't really, bode super well in the favor of pitching. But you look at this Mets order, man, and it's just been very bad. This is a very bad lineup they're putting out. You look at AJ Cole, a guy that may come in handy. So I'm going to take a look at him. I'm going to highlight AJ Cole here. The next game we got is going to be the Minnesota Twins and the Toronto Blue Jays. Yo, so are we playing Bartolo Colon? Can we play Bartolo Colon? The dude, he's been like not bad. 16 in his last start against Arizona. 4.65, 26, 22. Decent in his last 4 starts, man. When we look at the Blue Jays, and they have been very good at the crib versus righties. Let's take a look at what they've been doing, man. They've been stroking. 20% K rate, 180 ISO, 308 WOBA. That's gonna put some of those guys in play for me. No Bartolo Colon. J.A. Happ at 8.1. it was brought up today by the homie Ronald Ice Coley about how bad the Minnesota Twins lineup looks without Sano, without Kepler. Just a bad lineup they've been putting out over the last couple of starts. So I am gonna offer some consideration to J.A. Happ here. 10.6 against Chicago, 27 against Pittsburgh in his last start, 19.95 against my Yankees, 33.5 against the White Sox. The problem is the Rogers Center is a very, very friendly spot for hitters. So you're gonna have a ton of righties going against J.A. Happ here. So I do want to check and see what Minnesota does on the road against left-handed pitching. And if I find that they're among some of the best teams, and they're not, 24% K rate, 136 ISO, the 327 WOBA is concerning. But without, like I said, if there's no Sano, if there's no Kepler, if there's this ugly lineup that they put out where they have to have Byron Buxton batting cleanup, then I can definitely take advantage of of them with J.A. Happ. I can. Yeah, I can play Happ. I can definitely play Happ. Next game we got. Let me highlight him. The next game we got is the Baltimore Orioles and the Boston Red Sox. Jeremy Hellickson 5.7, Rick Porcello 8.6. Yo, the Orioles have not been bad, man. We take a look at what they do on the road versus righties, and yo, 19.7% is the K rate with a 187 ISO and a 313 WOBA. So I don't want Porcello here. I never play Porcello anyway. Hellickson at 5.7, not another guy that I really don't want to get behind. I would move on from this game. Don't want to play either pitcher there. The next game we got is the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Cincinnati Reds. This game is yet again at Great American Small Park. We got Robert Stevenson 5.8, Ivan Nova 7.3. Let's look at what the Reds do at the crib versus Rice, and I promise you it's going to be nice. Yes, 16.8% K rate, 264 ISO, 383 WOBA. I'm going to have my fill of the Cincinnati Reds. Right now, off the top, like just of what we're going through so far, I love the Reds and the Yankees so far. I love them. I want no exposure to Ivan Nova here. It's a 9.5 run total, so I think this could definitely exceed that. Stevenson is not good at all. You take a look. Yo, Nova has been giving it up lately. Yo, Glenn D. Jr., you are correct. Let's take a look at what Nova's done. 15.95, 14.4, 16.10, 0.65, 16.24. Like, he has not been great. He has not not been great. And this is one of the best righty teams over the last 30 days. Over the last month, the Reds have been one of the best righty teams. This is since Zach Cozart came back, man. Cozy, oh man. Cozy in this lineup makes it a totally different team. And that's why I like the Reds. I liked them last night, and I like them again today. The next game we got is the Kansas City Royals and the Cleveland Indians. You got Ryan Merritt at 4.9, Jason Vargas at 6.8. Let's take a look here on DK just to make sure that these are the correct guys. Okay, cool. And we talked about and I gotta say something too, because there are a lot of you in the shop. Shout out to the homie Poe Pippin that tried to put me on the fact that Sale is just not good against the Indians. And I said something that, damn, man, Cleveland against lefties has been a thing this season. It hasn't been a thing over the last 30 days, but there were certain parts of the season where if the Indians were playing against a lefty, load them up. And they went back to that on Chris Sale, man. They hit him all the way up. They even got into the bullpen and destroyed them. Like, the Indians went nuts. Yo, that game, the Indians and the Boston Red Sox game, you had Sale, you had Trevor Bauer. This was shaping up to be a pitcher's duel, and it was nothing of the sort. We saw damn near 20 runs scored in that game. They went stupid ham, turkey ham, right? So, who's to say it's not going to happen in this spot, okay? You got Ryan Merritt at 4.9, the Kansas City Royals on the road versus left-handed pitching. They seem to be fairly decent, 15.6% K rate, 148 ISO, which leaves a lot to be desired, but a 334 WOBA. If they get guys like Sal Perez back in the lineup, if Moustakas is playing, if all the guys are there, I can definitely get a look at those cats most certainly. Vargas is going to be a guy that I'm going to have a very, very, very. No, I don't want Vargas. Lindor's been heating up. We talked about him. I'm going to play some Indians here. They're at home. Let's take a look at what they do at home against left-handed pitching. 26.2% K rate, 100 ISO, 250 WOBA. They haven't been good at home against lefties, man. But Vargas, I just don't love him. 6.8 is the price on him. 11, 20, -2, 13.65, 15.3 in his last 5 starts. Just don't want to play pitching against the Cleveland Indians, man. I have to like a pitcher. I don't like any pitcher so far. Well, some of them. Next game we got is the San Diego Padres and the Miami Marlins. We are in Marlins Park. Very favorable matchup to pitchers here. You got Adam Conley at 7.9, Travis Wood 6.4. Which San Diego Padre team is going to show up? We know that there's a couple of guys in this order that can absolutely mash left-handed pitching. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. We've got the San Diego Padres on the road versus lefties. Let's see what they've been doing over the last few. Look at this, man. They look great. 23.3% K rate, a 185 ISO with a 311 WOBA. That's going to put those guys in play for me easily. They got the Miami Marlins. What they do at the crib versus left-handers. Let's take a look there. I believe they struggle some. Only a 13.6% K rate. They don't strike out a lot. The 195 ISO with 359 WOBA. That's going to put the Miami Marlins in play. Most notably, Giancarlo Stanton. Load him up against Travis Wood. You kind of got to play that kid. So I got like a couple of bats here. Still not set on any of the pitching so far. Next game we got is the Colorado Rockies and the Atlanta Braves. You got Chad Bettis at 7.7. Julio Teheran at 6.6. I want to open Bettis up and have a look at what he's been doing over his first. It's only 2 starts of the season. 16.3 and 16.1. You know, love to play the lefty bats whenever the Braves are at home, especially against a righty. So I'm going to take a look and see what the Braves do at home versus right-handed pitching. Because you would think that they would be awesome, but a 19.3% K rate with a 155 ISO and a 312 WOBA. Does that mean that you can play Chad Bettis? Probably not, but I think it means you can play a couple of, you got Freddie Freeman as a one-off here who is still first and third base eligible. Also, Ender Inciarte, maybe some Nick Markakis is a guy you can look at. He's still fairly cheap. On the other side against Teheran, Teheran had a very decent start. His last one before last against Colorado, 27.5, and that was in Colorado. So I'm thinking that I may want to take another shot at Teheran at 6.6. I'm going to highlight him. And his home road splits, I think, have been pretty bad. I think he was better like on the road maybe. Away 27, at home 7, home, away 10, 1, away 12, home, away 26, away 22. Yeah, he's been better. He's been better on the road. But you look at the Rockies, man, and they're just not good away from Coors Field, man. Taking a look at what they do on the road versus right-handed pitching, the Colorado Rockies, that is. You're going to see him here, man. A 24.9% K rate, okay? A 143 ISO and a 310 WOBA. Not great. Not great. Not great. Not great. Next game we got is the Detroit Tigers and the Chicago White Sox. U.S. Cellular Field is the location. You got Justin Verlander at 11.9, Miguel Gonzalez 6.5. You look at the Tigers, man, on the road against right-handed pitching, and they've been bad, man. 25.1% K rate, only a 114 ISO with a 271 WOBA. You take a look at Miguel Gonzalez and at 6.5. He's had some pretty decent starts over the last 3. 24.7 against Texas, 14.7 against the Dodgers, 24.4 against Houston. You only think you have to play. I think you have to play this kid at 6.5. You have to consider him. I mean, he's played that well against probably 3 of the best offenses in the league. And against Detroit, who definitely struggles on the road versus right-handed pitching, maybe this is a place where you can save some salary and grab Miguel Gonzalez at sort of low ownership here. Justin Verlander at 11.9. I think he had a decent start in his last one as well. Let's open him up and take a look and see what he's done recently here. Miguel been getting to it. He's had some very decent games. 36 last time against the Dodgers for Verlander, 14, 31, 32. So 3 out of his last 4 starts were plus 30 points. Okay, you look at the White Sox and what they do at the crib versus right-handed pitching. They've been actually getting better. A 25.7% K rate, a 189 ISO, and a 303 WOBA. And I'm gonna say Verlander could be in play for us. If there's a pitcher that we feel like we have to pay up for, I think Verlander could be in play. But I like Miguel Gonzalez at 6.5. I love him. I like that. Next game we got is the Tampa Bay Rays and the St. Louis Cardinals. Michael Wacha 7.4. You got Jake Odorizzi at 6.7. I believe isn't Wacha coming back from some sort of a no, he wasn't injured. It's just been a while since he played. Maybe he just sat out a game or something. And now we see the price on him has dropped. He's down to 7.4 from 9.4 to 7.4. You look at the Rays on the road versus right-handed pitching, and you might have something in Michael Wacha. Let's take a look. 23% K rate, a 171 ISO, 309 WOBA. The price on Wacha is very fair at 7.4. I think they could be in line for the win. If you wanted to play, I wouldn't have a problem there. I'm going to highlight him. Jake Odorizzi, not a guy that I like. You look at the Cardinals at home versus righties. They have not been awesome lately. Actually, they're last in the league in this specific situation. 22.8% K rate, a 146 ISO, but the 354 WOBA makes these other numbers misleading. They're going to get hits. They're going to get hits. So I don't like Odorizzi. I think Wacha would be my only pitching play from this particular game. Next game we got is the San Francisco Giants and the Arizona Diamondbacks. Zach Greinke, yes, one of my favorite pitching prospects on the slate. I'm going to have some of that easily. It's 107 degrees in Chase Field. Ooh, the ball can get up out of there. But still, I like him. I like him a lot. And I do like some of the Arizona bats here. If you wanted to attack him, I'm sure there's ways you can. We're going to talk about that inside our line drive at 5. But Zach Greinke is definitely a guy I'm going to consider. The next game we got is the Texas Rangers and the Oakland Athletics. We got Kendall Graveman 6.1, AJ Griffin 6.2. You look at the Texas Rangers, man, and what they do on the road versus righties. They're here with a 24.2% K rate, 149 ISO, 297 WOBA. The question is, do you think that Kendall Graveman is a guy that can exploit that? I don't think so either, so I won't be having any Kendall Graveman. But you look on the Oakland side, what they do at the crib versus right-handed pitching, they've been getting better lately. They're sitting here in the top 10 with a 23% K rate, a 202 WOBA with a 334 ISO. Excuse me, 202 ISO with a 334 WOBA. That's going to put some of those left-handed power bats from Oakland in play for me, most definitely. Most definitely. Next game we got is the Houston Astros and the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Colin McHugh, 7.8. Parker Bridwell, 6.3. Yo, we all thought the Angels would play well last night. They did not. Luckily, they didn't because I bet against them on my parlay. But they did not, man. The Texas Rangers beat them soundly 3-0. You got Parker Bridwell, 6.3. Don't want to play him against the Astros. Colin McHugh, 7.8. I think that the Houston Astros should be in line for the win here. This is a very friendly place for pitchers. If you wanted to play Colin McHugh, I wouldn't have a major issue with it. So he's a guy that I can't highlight right now. The only guy that I'm going to be like super worried about in this spot is going to be maybe Cole Calhoun. It'll be Cole Calhoun, Valbuena, and maybe some Mike Trout. That's it. That's the only guys I'm really going to be worried about in this spot. Okay? Oh yeah, the dew point is real. The dew point is real, baby. The dew point is real. And the last game on the slate is going to be the Milwaukee Brewers and the Los Angeles Dodgers. Kenta Maeda at 10.3. We got Chase Anderson 8.4. We're in Dodger Stadium. This is a fairly neutral park. I don't think it's more so hitter friendly or let's take a look. We're gonna look. Yeah, the Dodger Stadium, pretty much a neutral park here, right? Kenta Maeda has some decent starts over the last few. He has, and I missed out on one of them. That 29.9 performance against Atlanta, 18, 23, 16, fairly consistent over the last few. I don't know if it's 10K consistent because I don't think he can get 10Ks in the spot, especially against Milwaukee on the road against righties. Let's take a look and see what they do. So I think they've been pretty good actually. Yeah, the 23% K rate, a 183 ISO with a 309 WOBA. They've been fairly decent. I'm gonna like your Thames, your Bronze, your Travis Shaw. If he's in the lineup, those guys. Don't particularly love Maeda here. Chase Anderson is fairly cheap, but we look at what the Dodgers do at home versus right-handed pitching, and that's probably going to take you by surprise because it's a 16.1% K rate, 175 ISO with a 349 WOBA. So that's going to put a couple of the Dodgers in play here. You remember Cody Bellinger's not in the fold. We do have some very solid lefties here. You talk about Corey Seager. Justin Turner is a good righty guy. Curtis Granderson now. Yasmani Grandal. So this is going to be a fairly nice item to stack as well. So we're going through the pitching. Let's go back and highlight and take a look at all of the pitching that we talked about that we kind of like. And of course, we're going to shrink that down once we hop inside of the line drive at 5. If you want to be a part of that, remember, go to the website, www.dfssweatshop.com. Join us. Come in. We will welcome you with open arms and love you like a brother or a sister. Zach Greinke is going to be the top guy. Of course, Justin Verlander is the guy that we're going to be considering. J.A. Happ deserves consideration, as well as Colin McHugh, Michael Wacha, Julio Teheran, A.J. Cole, and one of my favorites on the slate is going to be Miguel Gonzalez. That's the cheapest guy that we're playing. And if I had to say something right now, who would I play, right? I like Miguel Gonzalez, and I like Zach Greinke. I think that still allows me to get the bats that I do want. So this, of course, has been your DFS Jerusalem. You can follow your boy on Twitter at DFS Jerusalem, letting you know, man, if you're on FanDuel, keep it 250. If you're on DraftKings, keep it 200. You're rocking with the best. So you always keep it at 300. Peace.